Hey dev tipsters, what's up? That's what I say when I'm gonna start a video. Hey, my name is Travis and this is Dev Tips. Of course you're watching because you want to learn something today. And what are we gonna learn? We're gonna learn how to do some spinners. Spinners? What's a spinner? Spinners are things, come on, you know what spinners are. Let's get started. Okay, and we're back in CodePen, as you may have noticed, and you can get the link for this code in the description below. It's easy to find. Here's what we got set up so far. We have a wrap and a headline, which is like this box that it's in, and then the title there. We also have one div with two classes, spinner and spinner1. So I'm gonna do multiple spinners, so I'll name the differences, I'll use that class spinner1 to pronounce the differences between each of the spinners. Okay, so that's pretty much simple HTML there. The CSS is very much simple as well. I have some code here for the background and the wrap and the header. The spinner, as you see, is 100 by 100 pixels. Background is a circle, margin on it, display inline block, all very, very simple stuff. And I'm also declaring the before and after content, display block, width, height, border. I actually have given no color and no border, no background, nothing to it, so you cannot see the before and after. I just made them there so that I could easily style and manipulate them later on. Okay, and actually that's where we're going to start right here. So I decided what might be fun to do is I'm going to set up a timer. I have a 3-minute timer going, and I'm just going to see how far I can get with this first spinner in 3 minutes. Okay, so let's go. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm declaring just the spinner1, and I'm focusing on the after element. And it's already been content, display block, 100 pixels, and all that stuff right there. So I can just show you background. I'll just make it pink so you can see what I'm talking about. Background pink. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is that it's not aligned with its parent. So we need a position absolute. And then we need to do top 0 pixels and left 0 pixels. Now it should be exactly on top of its parent. I want to do a border here, and I'll say border 4 pixels, solid color, or solid, and then transparent for the color. And then I want to do border top color, and I'll do the border top color. I'll do orange red. I've been really interested in orange red lately. Let's take this pink off. We don't need that. Okay. And then let's do the same thing and put like another border on here, but we'll do a border bottom color. Now you can see that the border being 4 pixels offsets where it's positioned, so we need to do -4 to pull it back in and -4 to the left to pull it back in. Now it should be right. So now let's focus on animating this thing, animation, and we'll call it spinny, and we'll say it'll last 2 seconds long, and the timing function will be linear, and it will last infinitely. And that's all we need for now. Let's go to the keyframe. So I say where's my at keyframes spinny. And we're going to start at 0% of the animation, and we'll say we want to do a rotate, right? Transform rotate, and just start with 0 degrees, and then go to 100%, which would be 360. Does that work? Oh, not need 100% on that. Why is 0 to 0% 360 working? Okay, well, let's do 100 and see. That's good. Okay, so this is rotating around 100% our way around for 2 seconds. Cool. But now the reason I did this on the after element and not the actual element is because I want to do things to bring it away from that circle. Whoa, God. Okay, that was the... Sorry, but I want to keep going. So, why is it on boing? Snorted. Okay. Okay. I still want to go fast though. Okay. So rotate. What was it? Okay. Transform. Let's do a scale, and we'll scale it from 1 here, and then at 100%, it'll be scale like 1.2. Okay, so it's growing through the whole revolution. It's growing up to 1.2, and then it's snapping back to 1 because 0% is 1. That's not what I want. I wanted to grow. I wanted to kind of like do this. So let's put a 50% in here and take that transform, put it in here, and through, let's see, 50% would be 180, right? I guess you don't even need this thing here because the implication, oh, there's a, no. The implication is that from here 0 to here 360, it'll continue with its own rotation. But I do want to do 1.2 at 50% and then bring this back down to 1. So, okay. Oh, my eye hurts. So it looks like for some reason my spin is lost. Let's take that rotate back. Let's try that 180, what I said. I don't know why. I don't have a good explanation. Yeah, but that's kind of what I was thinking about. But what if we did it? What if this was 90? So it's slower on the growth and then shrinks back faster. How about like 30? But 30 doesn't make sense. What about 45? Because that's like, so it should be go do and then back, do back. That's kind of cool. I think 2 seconds may be too long. 1 second. And then you can have like the word loading in the middle or something like that. Except for it would be in there. I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay, let's do another one. Spinner 2. All right, Spinner 2, let's see what we got for you. I'm gonna set the clock again, maybe a little bit more than 3 minutes. I'm gonna set it for 5 minutes because that scared me. All right, okay. Spinner 2, let's do this. Spinner dash 2. What do I want you to do? What do I want you to do? How about let's do the and before, let's do and after. Hope you guys can't hear the people driving outside. My garage is very close to the street. Anyway, so before and after, we're gonna say height, let's make you like 20 pixels by width, 20 pixels, 29 ox, 20 pixels, please. And background, let's do orange red. I like that color. All right, so I should have 2 dots, orange red. So let's do position on both of these, absolute, and keep in mind that the parent, which is spinner, has a position relative. That's why the absolutes are hooking onto it, okay? So position absolute, and let's do top, you know what, 0%, 0 pixels, left 50%, and top 0. So you'd need a margin left of -10 pixels, and let's just make that top -10 pixels, -10 pixels, so it could be like on the line. It should be like boop right there. Okay, so how are we gonna get? I want this kind of circle to like go around like an atom or something. One idea is to take this spinner and let's put an animation of spin on it, and it's just a simple spin. We'll say 2 seconds, linear, and infinite. And then down here we'll do a at keyframes spin from trends. I mean, it's basically what this one was, right? But a little bit not as crazy. Not growing, basically the first thing it was, right? Okay, so let's narrow this down here. Get these scales off of it. All right. Then we've got an indentation problem. Okay, this from 0%. Okay. Now let's outdent it all. How's that look? Spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Okay, how about, okay. I have a great idea, you guys. I have a great idea. All right, ready? I'm gonna say and after and like override a few of these things. Instead of saying top negative 10%, we'll say top, what is it called? Auto. And bottom negative 10 pixels. And now we should have on the other side. So we have 2 going around. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But what about, what if we did an animation? What if we spelled animation like that? Animation, Disney's rolling in his grave. Oh, he doesn't even have a grave, does he? Got a space head. Why is it? Oh, okay. Animation, let's call it bouncy. And what I want to do is have these balls bounce as they're moving around. So I'll just say, actually let's say a 0.5 second animation. And this time we'll say ease in and infinite. And then let's do some keyframes. At keyframes bouncy. And what are we going to do with bouncy? We're just going to do another easy one of these ones, right? It's just going to be simple, nothing too complex, nothing too crazy. Translate Y actually. And, jeez! Stop it! This is getting good. Enough of these timers. Translate. What was I doing? Translate Y. Why? Oh, translate Y. We'll just start at 0, right? Translate 0 pixels. Yes, good. Why translate? And we'll do 30 pixels. So now it's growing, but it's slamming down. Now the reason for that is because this needs to be both 100% and this needs to be 50% so that it can animate out and back. Doink, doink, doink. It's like jumping around the circle. I like it. I like it. How about this? How about let's do before. All right. So this was before and after, but after we'll overwrite this. We'll do this same thing though, but this time we'll do it for 1 second because the revolution takes 2 seconds, right? Okay. So these things are going at different speeds. They're so weird. And what's funny is the one on bottom is translating up into the circle. So if I stop animating this spinning, right? If I stop it from spinning, you can see that the one on bottom is, okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, because I translated it down. Okay. So gosh, this is really, really funny looking. Anyway, so when we spin it, it's like all. So can you imagine that as a spinner for your website? Probably not. Let's set a new timer. let's do another one. Let's go make an HTML element. And spinner 3. What should spinner 3 be? Spinner 3B? No, spinner 3. Spinner 3. Speak to me, spinner 3. How about, okay, let's set a timer. 5 minutes is good. I like 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Whew. Okay, spinner 3. What are you? You are background transparent. Or just none. And then you are also you're also border. Border, border, you're 4 pixels. No, you're 4 pixels. And you're solid, and you're also EEE. So you're a circle instead of you're an empty circle. You're an outline circle. And let's say after, let's take a width of 4 pixels and a height of 80 pixels for some reason, and a background of, what's my background? Oh yeah, orange, red. Now the reason it looks like a spear or like a sharp kind of thing is because the border radius is set to 50%. I'll just put it to 4 pixels and not percents. And that when you use pixels, it only rounds the ends, but if you use percents, it rounds like as much as it can of the body of it. Anyway, I need to move that. Let's make it position. Absolute, and top is going to be 50%, right? Yeah, and left is going to be 50%, and then your margin left is going to be -2 because the width is 4, so you have to take 2 away to make it in the center. Okay, cool. Let's make that 80 pixels. That looks a little long. Actually, let's take this border radius off. Let's put 0. Reset it to a stick because sticks are cool. Yeah, that looks like nice and like cool. All right, 60. Well, maybe too short. It's pretty good. How about 65? 66. Even better than 65. Okay, so margin left. Let's spin this shindig. I hope we beat the timer. Okay, at keyframes sticky, and we're gonna say, actually we could just put a spin on it. I think we can just do spin, right? We already have spin as a keyframe. All right, so animation spin, and what did we want to say? Spin what? Spin over, yeah, 2 seconds, no, 2 seconds, and linear, and infinite. Speak to me. Okay, it's spinning from the center. Which is okay. Transform. Don't bunk me. Origin, top and center. Just hopefully that works. There it goes. Okay, did I beat the timer? 125, dude. I beat the timer. Bink. 5 minutes is too much now. I've like leveled up my game. Maybe that was also a much easier spinner to make. Let's make some more spinners. Spinner number 4. Okay. Should we do the timer again? Why not? It's fun, right? Let's change the sound. I'm going to cut right here so you don't know what sound I'm going to make. All right, and I'm setting the time. 5 minutes. Let's do another one. What are we going to do? Spinner number 4, right? Spinner 4. Spinner number -4. What should we do? We should do let's do a pulse. And what do you have to do for a pulse? Let's take that and before and after. We're gonna say background orange red, and then we have to position. Oh, they're already positioned. Why are they already positioned? Did that happen before? I don't know why they're positioned already, but that's fine. That makes my life easier. Next, well, hey, that's just great. That's just great. Let's just start with our animation. Animation of pulse, or let's say pulse. pulse, and let's do it over 2 seconds, and it's linear. See, a lot of these things where you're moving things around, you want to use linear. But if you want the thing to feel a little bit more like lively, then you'll use an ease. Like these balls here, I used ease, but everything else I'm using linear because I want them to keep good time as they move around. Okay, so anyway, pulse is going to be linear, and it's going to be infinite too. Let's get some keyframes going. At keyframes pulse. And this is going to be another simple transform. Why are they so simple these days? We should do something really weird, huh? All right, transform, it's going to be scale. And scale from 0 to 1.3. No, they should be growing from the middle out. All right, and here we're going to do this as well. We're going to do an opacity 1 or 0. No, 1. And grab that and put it down here as 0. Move it in. Okay, so now it should be like growing out and fading, like it's like a radar or like a boom, 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 boom. That's what I call radars. I call them boom, boom, boom. Turkey. It's like a turkey radar. Sorry. Okay. It's been like a freaking long day. Let's do this K. I'm gonna grab the there we are, and after. I didn't put the colon there. And after, and put the animation on it again, but this time I'm gonna delay it by 2.3 seconds. Okay. Now notice how they're like not aligned correctly. For some reason, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Let's do this position. I don't have enough time to like postulate about why it didn't work the way I expected it to. So let me hit it with a hammer. Absolute top 50% left, 50%. Margin top negative. How big are these things? 100, I think. Negative 50 pixels. Margin bottom. No, margin left. Margin left. 50. Okay, now it should be. How about this? This one should take longer too. Why are they starting like that? Oh, it's because I'm delaying it. I should do opacity 0. So this one has a delay before it starts, as the after does, and so that's why by default it's just like this huge orange thing, and that's why it looks kind of strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the opacity and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to straight up turn them off. So they're by default they're 0, and now only 1 is showing up. Okay, now the other. Oh my gosh! I didn't change the sound. I seriously, like, I tapped through all of these different ones, and I was like, the boing is the best. You gotta admit it, the boing is the best. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. So this is interesting because not only are these circles starting at different times, but they're running at different speeds. The before is running at 3 seconds, and the after waits for 2.3 seconds, but it runs at 2 seconds fast. So sometimes it's like kind of like very separate. Sometimes it's like right on the line. It's catching up. Sometimes it's passing it. So it makes for a very interesting animation. I have a good idea. I have an idea for another one already. So it's kind of cheating that I already have some idea ready. But I have an idea for another one that probably is actually good. Actually, I have used it before, and I don't want to give anything away, but there is a certain thing that you can search for at Google, and it uses this very animation that I'm about to show you. So I made up this stuff, and I sent it to the developer, and I was like, just do that one. It's fun because, you know, I'm a designer, but I can do this junk. So sometimes I look at code as a design tool, really. I don't think of myself as a developer. Right now, in my mind, I'm designing, right? I'm not dragging and clicking boxes in Photoshop or Sketch, but I consider this design. Anyway, so I wanted to have some input in some loading animations, and this is what I sent. This is what I sent the developer. So let me do this. What number was that? Was that 5? Okay. So I'm not going to do the timer this time. I'm just going to talk you through this. Dot spinner -5. There it is. There's that circle. And the first thing I want to do for this circle is make it smaller. Height and width are going to be 0 pixels, actually. 0 pixels. Maybe 10. Maybe height 10 pixels. I don't know why. No, it's both 0. And that's okay, because what I want to do actually is come up to her, 5, and I'm going to put some children inside there. I'm going to put some spans in there. I'm just 3 spans. 3 spans inside of my spinner. And if you look at the HTML, we have a class of spinner 5, and then 1, 2, 3 spans. Nothing too cray-cray. Don't be sad. Not too cray-cray. And here, have a height and width of 0. Why 0? Because it doesn't really matter, because I'm not using this. This is just a container to hold stuff. I want 3 things to happen here. I want to talk about these spans. So span, every one of you guys in there is now display block. And why display block? Well, because the span is normally a display inline, and you can't give a display inline element dimensions like height. Come on. Height, height equals height. Let's say 20 pixels, and width. You can't give them height and width if it's an inline element, so I changed it to block. So now we should have 3 little squares. Oh no, they need a background. Background, let's put them at DDD. So 3 little Ds. That's really low at the bottom. I guess it doesn't matter. Why are you low at the bottom? Probably because, I'll tell you what, nah, who cares. 3 Ds, and let's make them border radius 50%. And let's do it top 0 pixels. Position, okay. Move this down. Position absolute. Position absolute. Now they should be like on top of each other. That's what I was expecting them to go. And nth child. I'm gonna grab the first one and say, hey, transform. No, let me say left. And I'll just move it over to the left. Let's say, how about they're 20? How about 40 pixels to the left? Okay, and then I'm gonna copy that and say the third one. Actually, the third one should be 40. This one should be negative 40 because I want it to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they're in a row now, and poor old nth child 2 is not written out here, but it's by default. It's just normal. Okay, and what I want to do is let's do this animation here. And we'll say bounce. Have we done a bounce yet? This is bounce. Animation bounce. What's next? Oh, 1 second ease in out. And what else are we gonna do? Infinite. I always forget infinite. Okay, and then let's define bounce. At keyframes bounce. Bounce is from let's say 0%. This is the same thing that we did before, right? 100%. We did a bounce. Did we do a bounce? We may have done a bounce, and I don't even remember it. We did it. We did a bouncy. Oh, we did a bouncy. Basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. But I'm going to repeat it down here in case we want it to be a little bit different, right? So, but we're going to start. We're going to start there. So it's bouncing. Obviously, we want to be different. We want it to go up. There we go. -30, translate y up. This is almost like perfect. So let's put it on here, and hey guys, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put it on each of these, and why don't we delay them? Delay them. This one will be delayed for, let's see, 1 second. How about 0.33 seconds? That's good. And this one will be, how's that looking? Why is number 2? Oh, it's number 1. Ooh, weird. You're number 2. I wanted you to be number 2. That's weird. Why is number 3? Oh, it is moving. Okay. I was like, why is number 3 moving? Well, I'll tell you why, Travis, because you made it move right there. You wrote it there. Okay, 66. But I just, the delay. Now they're moving. Now they're moving, and this, I don't even remember the variation. I made like 6 or 7 of like these. And you know what's interesting? Like we have this like little 3 dots like moving. It looks kind of cool, but you know what? You can do other things like this. Watch. How about 50? Okay. Well, why don't we do this? How about 25, and then you could say 50% here, and also 100%. So now they're doing this interesting thing where they're jumping off the ground and landing for a little bit until they're all done. You could say, if you change this to like 75, like you could do this, you could see them jumping while the other ones are in the air. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do right now for spinners. I'm gonna make one loader just for kicks, and I'm gonna call it Kurt Loader. I'm gonna call it Kurt Loader. Kurt, it's got a Kurt class on it. Okay, so this is gonna be a loader, and this is gonna be a fun one. I had this idea. I haven't executed it yet, but I think it'll be cool. So let's try this. Okay. Loader. Let me say to this loader, hey loader, can you be wide like 300 pixels and height maybe like 10 pixels. Let's put a background on you like that's that. So now I have this bar. What? Oh, I said wide. It needs to be width. Okay. Why isn't it centered? What if I do this? Display inline block. It should be centered because I think there's a text center on the parent. Or you could just freaking disappear. What does that mean? Okay. Position relative. Okay. So there's this like little line right here. It's pretty cool. I was thinking, guys, what do you think about this? I was thinking I wanted to make a Pac-Man illustration loader where Pac-Man goes and chomps. Who's with me? Are you guys with me? Let me hear you say yeah. Let me hear you say yo. All right. I really hope you guys did that at home. Position relative. What we need to do is we need to do these guys at, before, and after. Now let's say content, display block. Let's move this up so I can work on it better. I always need things to be in the center of the screen for me to like think about them. Display block, and let's do Ooh, I got a great idea. Height and width can be 0. Let's do border 30 pixels. Yeah. You guys know where I'm going with this? Solid. And color, 30 is big. How about, okay, and then border color is going to be orange red, because I like that orange red today. And border radius is going to be 50%. So I should have, what is this? Are they so big because they're filling up the parent? I get it. Okay, I get it. Height is 0 pixels, and let's be specific about this. I want the width to be 0 pixels also. Now she gets some balls. Yeah, let's go back to 30. That's what I wanted. I wanted some 30 pixel balls, all right? Balls and a stick. It looks like a penis. Shh. You're thinking like, what kind of penis looks like that? Hope your mom's not watching. Okay, border radius 50%. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out a way so that this can be a chomp, right? So I'm gonna say border right, border right color. Transparent. Oh my gosh, it just became a chomp. I'm excited, but that face is not moving. That's why we have two. Who amongst you was so astute to realize that that's why we have two of them? Because I need two pieces of the mouth to chomp. This is not going to animate just taking a piece out of the margin. Okay, so let me get this positioning right. Position, ab. So I'm really excited right now. Top, let's say 50%, right? 50%. And then margin top is going to be negative 15 because the thing is 30 pixels, right? So it should be, what? Let's try negative 30. Okay, now it's right on the line. We got a chomp here. Let's do this. Let's take away the height, make it 0, and then do border border top 4 pixels dotted, and what's it called? EEE. Oh, how about 8? I wonder why. Oh, I know why. Wait, border top dotted EEE. Oh, I know why. Because background is EEE. Background should be none. Now, let us move along. If the border is what? 4, I need to add 8 pixels for the border here, and I need to take away 4 from here. So I'll say 34 to move it up a little bit. There we go. Now we're right on the chomp line. This is so great. This is so great. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's so great. Let's do and after, and we'll say border color pink, so you know what we're looking at. Oh snap! I see what I did there. Yeah, why not color pink, and then we'll focus on taking away the right border. So this one, we'll just say border top color transparent. Okay, there goes the top there, and I need to do the right too. Okay, that's the pink. Is this what we wanted? And then, oh my gosh, this is so close. And border, not right, but border bottom. So let me set this to back to orange red. Now we have this chomper, okay? Now we have this chomper. Let me left this away. I'll scoot it out so we can see these chompers separately. So let's just put it out 80 pixels. Scoot it. Scoot it. There we go. Now let's do some chomping animation. Animation chomp. Now keep in mind that I've never done this before. This is all like right now. This is raw, uncut. Chomp should take 1 second, and it should be ease in out, I think. Or let's just say an ease in. Chomp, chomp. Yeah, whatever. No, ease out. Because you go, oh, chomp, chomp. Yeah, ease out. Ease out. And infinite. That should be good for now. Let's define chomp. At keyframes chomp. And this one is going to be, I mean, you know, these all have a very, very similar theme. We're just moving things back and forth. The structure would be something like this, where we do it from 0 to 100% in one direction, and okay, transform, and let's do rotate. Rotate, like what? 10 degrees? I don't know where I'm starting, so I'm just like picking something that like is understandable so that I can move things from there. So let's put them both 10 degrees, but let's invert that number. So 10 and negative 10. So it looks like, okay, so let's say 30 degrees, negative 30. So that's going in for a better chomp. How about 50 degrees? Oh, it looks like almost a full chomp right there. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. This looks pretty good. Can we get that chomp? Can we get that same chomp up here? But it needs to be inverted. All right, let's put these guys, let's get rid of that left 80. Move them back onto each other. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. All right, well, we're gonna have to do like a top chomp and a bottom chomp. And this is just this is the way it's gonna have to be, guys. Top chomp. That's actually bottom chomp. Let's do bottom chomp. And now let's duplicate this kind of structure here and invert it manually. Man, I was hoping I could be smart about it, but I guess I don't know. I guess I'm not just that smart. You guys probably can figure this out, but I am not feeling it right now. So let's do top chomp, and then we'll flip this. What are we gonna flip? We'll flip this. So negative 50 and then 10. Is that? We'll start there anyway. Okay, that easing is weird. Ease in, out. That's much better, but we're not going far enough. So how about negative 80? That's opening my mouth up wider. Okay, so how about the negative 20? And then 10 is going to be like, what was that other one? 50? Let's do 50. Oh, too far, guy. Too far. Dang, super good. Let's do 37 because I could see a peak of white cracking out in the back. Good. Ah! Chomp, 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 chomp. Hey, watch this, watch this. Look at his face. Okay. Stop it, Chompy. Okay, now the last thing we have to do is just move the chomp. Move the chomp. Move the chomp. That's going to be both of them, right? Yes. Okay, so, another animation. Let's do the keyframes first. Let's do these keys. At keyframes, and we'll say move chomp with a capital C, and we'll say 0%. Where are you? 0%. We're gonna say I wanted to say transform, but I'm already using transform for rotate, so I'm just gonna do like left. Can I do transform? Let's do this. No, left is better. Left is even better actually because it's relative to its container. So I'll say left. Ooh, why am I caps locked? Left 0%. And then 100% is going to be left 100%. Let's move chomp. Loader. No, not loader. Cart loader. All right. Comma. Move chomp. And that needs to take, let's say, 3 seconds. And we're going to move them along at a linear path. And gonna move him along in a linear path, and he's gonna do infinitely. Let's put that same comma transition animation on the bottom and see it go. Why didn't it go? Oh. This is good. This is good. Okay, guys. Don't hate me, but let's spend more time on this. Let's do, I want it to go one way and flip and go the other way and flip. Do you think we can do it? I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's move. Where's that move chomp animation? Here it is. Move chomp. Left. So 50% is going to be left 100% again, and left 0 is going to be back to 100%. So let's see if it goes back and forth. Back and forth. Okay. So now at so let's say 49% to 50%. I don't want it to like flip the whole way back. I want it to like flip and then be flipped and move back. How do you do that? How do you do this? Well, it's normal, and then I gotta rotate. So it's good. The rotate is gonna be like this: transform, rotate, Y. 180. Okay, so that's what I want to do, but that's not how I wanted it to happen. So what I want it to, okay, here's the transforms. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay, I was like brain farts for a long time there. Okay, 0% to 49% is transform nothing, is regular. And then copy this, and then 50% to 100. Like, oh, why did this take so long for me to think about? Okay. Ah. Okay, I got the. This isn't working because transform rotate is already done. What I could do is, here's what I would do. Okay guys, I'm not going to do it, but here's what I would do to make this work. It wouldn't be one element. It would be 2 elements. The rail, the dots, and the actual cart loader. So cart loader would be the thing that's moving and spinning, and then his before and afters would chomp independently of him. That's what I would do if I was going to do this all over again. But you guys can You guys can pretend that I did it right. In fact, how about this? As a challenge for you guys, you want to do this? Fix this. Make this work right. And I give you a big hint of how to do it. Okay, that is it for this demo. Again, all these codes, they're on CodePen. Go check them out. Thanks for watching that video on spinners. I hope that you liked it. For me, it was a much different video. I've never been scared so many times in a video before. And I hope that you learned some spinner stuff. Now, I want to just explain how this video happens, because it would not happen if it were not for the wonderful patrons of the channel, the patrons of DevTips. These are humans. These are people like you who watch this show and they say, you know what? I think this show is worth it. Is worth to keep it going. So people that feel that way visit patreon.com/devtips and they donate an amount of their choosing. There's no minimum number. You can donate whatever you like. The most common number is $4 per video. And that money goes to making sure that these videos happen, getting new equipment, providing opportunities for me to meet new people and be inspired by what they're doing and kind of provide other types of shows for you. There are also some perks that are for specifically the people who are the patrons. These are things like live chat hangouts that we do once a month with me, and then also weekly hangouts that are community based. We have a community chat room, a Slack chat. We have a whole bunch of things like podcast, and you guys get to see these videos early. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. Check out patreon.com/devtips to figure out if you want to become a patron, and I think that you will, because it's not just supporting the show monetarily, but it's gaining access to the people who are very gung-ho about learning this stuff and becoming a better developer, better designer, better thinker, better creative. And there's something magical that happens when you are in a room together and you're able to share and ask questions and inspire each other. And there's some just brilliant things that have happened that I've been just able to witness just by providing a space for these people to connect with each other. I'm not doing anything. Anyway, that's enough about the patrons. I want to thank you guys for watching this, and next week's episode should be a little bit different because I'm not going to be in the United States. So I'll not be able to have access to my computer and recording equipment and and the lights and stuff like that. Anyway,